I feel very uncomfortable going up to some places in the Otways without a firearm, because there is animals in there that shouldn't be there.
To a lot of people, they'd say, why bother? It does intrigue one. It's flesh and blood stuff. It's visceral and a little bit scary.
Panthers and tigers, leopard cubs being sold at the Fitzroy docks. The British Hotel Geelong was selling tiger cubs at one point.
You know, are all these people making it up? Are all these people in this relatively tight radius all telling the same story?
The amount of people that have seen or know of somebody that's seen these is just amazing.
Oh, I was frightened. Yeah, I was seriously frightened. Then it started to move in a sort of a feline fashion, and then starting to advance on me, I thought, this is serious.
All I could see was those two eyes. We were scared. We were legit scared.
Yeah, we were
it was
legit
so
scared,
scary, man. Definitely was not scared of us.
I've got no doubt that they are here, having seen what I saw.
As far as we know, nobody's been injured. Awful lot of people go missing. I think it's about average of 7 a year in Victorian bushland, and they're never found, ever.
I was involved in a case in company with other departmental people where we saw some things, marks on cattle, particularly graphic, huge big claw marks.
You get kills that look like people who'd spent time in India and Africa thought look like big cat kills.
Look at it.
Said at the time, you know, what about if what happened to the rabbits happens with something that's a lot more dangerous?
That ain't no feral cat.
We get probably 2 sightings a week, and there's nobody else that they can talk to about it.
We take this as a serious business, and we've come pretty darn close.
The only way to sort this, unfortunately, is to have a body on the slab. That's it.
I am worried about the reality, and I'm worried about this being settled as a scientific fact.
One day someone will get a body or a really good photograph.
As we're getting older, we need some younger blood to take over to prove what we've thought all these years, as I've said before I die.
I'm very blessed with a passion for wildlife, which I've had since I was a kid. I've tried to dedicate pretty much every waking minute that I have spare to this mission, I guess you'd call it, to find one of these big cats and finally get it on camera properly. And grainy photos and shaky footage, it's just enough's enough.
It takes guts to come forward and claim that you've seen something that doesn't fit the bill, that other people might sneer at you about.
A lot of the time with a lot of encounters, there's maybe 1 or 2 or maybe 3 points that you question or you doubt as to the legitimacy of the sighting report. I see the way that they've done things over the last 3 or 4 decades of looking into this topic, and something that I will take with me forever. Always try and set multiple cameras in one area just as a bit of a backup. Bobcat urine, you want basically the breeze to come through and hit that scent. So fingers crossed, in a couple of months when we check these traps, we will have something worth writing home about. The more you fail, the more drive I have to succeed. So yeah, it's an emotional journey, but I love it.
I don't know where the animal came from, don't know whether it's alive or dead, but what I do know is that there certainly appeared to be a black leopard trotting around the Otways. Simple as that. Don't believe me, don't really care.
I'd just like to solve this before I die. That's all.